Hey everybody, welcome back to Why Should I Read That? I'm John. This is episode 6 of the series. We're back outside Michigan. We're blessed with another beautiful blue sky day. And today is a book by my friend and author Tim Marks. Can you see that? There we go. Confidence of a Champion. We'll jump right into it. I have 3 points I want to share with you guys. First of all, a man by the name of Zig Ziglar and his take and his influence on this book. Second of all, my friend Russ and I had a conversation about Russ's confidence level and how that was impacted by this book. And third, that idea of understanding the moment that we are in the world through our view of the story overall. So understanding the moment from the story. Now, first of all, Zig Ziglar was a phenomenal author. He was a great motivational speaker, one of the best at inspiring hope, and he has a very high level of impact in Tim's life story. Zig changed his life from being a broke real estate investor and frustrated engineer to being a successful business owner and business mentor and coach for thousands of people all across the North American continent. And that has had a huge impact on Tim. I know Tim has digested Zig's audios and the audio learning from him because they are all over this book. If you are a fan of Zig Ziglar, you will like Confidence of a Champion because the same cadence, the same ideas and examples are reflected through Tim's understanding of the world because of that. Now, that has a big point on confidence because by associating with people, whether they're alive or dead, even through audio, you can pick up their confidence because it influences the stories that you tell yourselves, the way you talk to yourselves. A lot of times after I'll listen to an audio a number of times, I can hear the author in my head again as I relive some of those words and phrases that I heard. Now, that wasn't necessarily in the book, but it's a tangential point to the book. It's on the same idea of confidence. Now, specific takeaways from the book comes in point 2. I had a conversation earlier today with my friend Russ Climby, who's a successful business owner, has been for over a decade. He's a professional photographer, one of the most sought after ones in West Michigan. And his ideas are just really good on this book specifically. So I'll let you take a look.
Yeah, my 2 biggest takeaways from Confidence of a Champion was definitely anchoring wins in my brain and then also managing my self-talk, because it's a book that, it's really like 12 books in one. But the idea of anchoring wins helped me look back at, the things that had gone right in my life and started thinking on those things on a regular basis. One nice thing that came out of it was the idea of, hey, what 10 things are going right in your life? The idea of reframing and saying, hey, what 10 things are actually going well in your life right now versus what's going wrong? Because we all have a tendency to kind of dwell on the negative versus the positive. So that was one great thing. And then the other great part that I love about is managing your self-talk. And there's a lot of information on it, but the idea of being able to see it with your eyes and hear it with your ears and absorb it into your mind about better programming, about better language for your mind. Because, like, for example, my wife and I a couple years ago would say, we're not runners. We don't like to run. And then we made a decision as a couple, we're going to start running on a regular basis. And by doing that, we started to write it down and speak it into existence and absorb it. And now we love running. And that's just a simple example. But the idea of, if that's true for running, how much more true can it be as a husband or as a parent or with your finances or on your job or with your faith? And those are 2 big takeaways from Confidence of a Champion.
I hope you liked hearing from someone other than myself, but you're back with me now. And the third point that I'd like to point out, by the way, wasn't Russ great? I just really appreciate his perspective on things. He makes me feel more confident every time we talk. The third point in this book from chapter 6 is that we fight fear with faith. Now, this point was one of the reasons why I encourage individuals to read books more than once, because you understand what you're reading in the light of your current experiences. What I mean by that is just yesterday, I had the opportunity to have lunch with a number of pastors in the area, and I heard a man speak by the name of John Stonestreet, who's a radio host, a man who I've known for a couple years, He's a speaker and author, but he gave an example of how we could understand our current moment in the story of the world, or we could understand the story of the world by the moment that we are in, or we could understand the moment that we are in by our understanding of the story of the world. Does that make sense? So bringing in the big picture right down to our moment shows us how to interpret the experiences that we're having, because we are having some crazy experiences in our world right now. This is an odd moment for sure, and I won't name any names, but our understanding of the story can drastically change how we view the moment that we are in. And Tim points that out by saying that as a Christian, he believes that he knows the end of the story. I'm not telling you what to believe, but I share his convictions, and I believe that we're able to have confidence in our final destination through our faith. And that really changes, for a lot of people, it changes the way that we view our day-to-day struggles or victories, because we know the end of the story. So I'd encourage you to check out John's podcast. It's 4 minutes long and on the same topic. I'll link him and Russ and all that down below. I will catch you guys next week for episode 7, and have confidence, guys.